Well, billionaire, real estate mogul, and presidential hopeful Donald Trump ripping President Obama's foreign policy last night on the O'Reilly factor, laying out his own strategies abroad, saying what he would do, for example, to stop Iran from getting a nuke. Take a listen.
Iran's trying to get a nuke. You going to stop them if you're president?
I wouldn't let them have a nuke.
No, how'd you stop it?
I would do what I had to do.
Which is?
They will not have a nuke.
What do you mean, level them?
I will stop. They will not have a nuke. Look, our weak president that kisses everybody's is in more wars than I've ever seen.
Okay.
Now he's in Libya. He's in Afghanistan. He's in Iraq. Nobody respects us.
So, does he have a legitimate and real shot at the Oval Office? Let's bring in our power panel. Crystal Ball, former Virginia congressional candidate and Democratic strategist. Andrea Tantaros, conservative columnist and a Fox News contributor. And Regina Lewis, advisor for AOL. So, just trust me. Iran is not going to get the nuke. That's all I can say right now, but it's not going to happen. Now, you tell me. You're a conservative person. He's not. I guess he's a Republican.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know exactly. Does he have a legitimate shot?
I like him. I like what he has to say. I think he's straightforward. The birther stuff, not so much. But this, look, you can't go out there and say, I'm going to prevent Iran from getting a weapon.
Make them an offer they can't refuse.
Without giving any details. But if you look at the president goes out there and makes statements and doesn't give a lot of details either. So if that's the bar, well, why not?
The thing about him is he is sort of a populist candidate, isn't he? Like, he talks in a way that you can understand. He's sort of got a Sarah Palin thing going, where his message goes directly to the people. It's not highbrow, but it may be appealing to people.
Yeah.
It may be appealing to some people. I'm surprised, actually, that you like him and that you support him. I mean, there's not very much nuance here. What is he going to tell Iran, that they're fired, right? We could use a little more substance from someone who's never held political office before. It'd be nice to know that he's actually thought through some of these issues.
Yeah, but people are saying the same thing about Barack Obama right now. Look, my point about Trump is let the guy talk, right? Stop worrying about his hair, Republican. Stop worrying about if he's conservative.
It's tough not to worry about it.
Look, this is the best.
You can't take your eyes off of it.
Republicans, anyone who wants to weaken the case against Barack Obama, let the man talk.
If this
Here's how it weakens the case. If I'm him, I would talk nonstop about the economy. I'm a billionaire.
Right.
Americans really admire
But
that.
he was forced to talk about foreign policy because
Yes.
O'Reilly made him do that.
Yes.
But listen, in his defense, did Barack Obama have any greater foreign policy experience than Donald Trump does at this point?
Did he have some better answers? Yes.
No,
If this
he didn't.
is the best,
That's the thing.
if
He
this
actually
is the
said
best
Mubarak should step down. He actually said that Gaddafi should step down, and he didn't give any details, just like Trump.
All right. Well, we'll have to leave it at that. We'll see.
If this is the best the Republicans have to offer, it's going to be a long election cycle for you all.
I'm just saying.
He says he's going to announce by June. And by the way, his wife Melania says he would be a fabulous president.
Oh, yes.
Okay, moving on. There is a rather shocking case taking place out in a casino. Is this in Vegas or Reno? Where is this?
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City, thank you. Okay, it's called the Resort Casino. And they have basically taken all of the workers there, all of the waitresses and the cocktail service, and made them put on this outfit that looks like a flapper, hold up a sign, a number. They got photographed from the neck down. They sent the pictures out to a modeling agency and let the modeling agency say, she stays, she goes. Not surprisingly, more than a dozen cocktail servers, many who are over the age of 50, got fired. Here's one talking about how it affected her.
You feel just humiliated. I've never been fired in my life. And, then you start thinking, well, like comparing yourself. Well, how bad do I look, or how bad is my body?
It's so mean. Mm-hmm. It's mean, and yet, as a business person, you have to think, doesn't a casino have the right to sell sex and decide how you're supposed to look in the uniform?
It's a tough look to pull off, so God love them. Plus, if you're over 50, which I think is where they're going to get nailed here on age discrimination.
But you can have a fantastic body and be over 50.
That's true, but I think it just gets a little bit tougher, and I think when you apply it retroactively, meaning some places I go and to apply for a job, I know it comes with the territory. These women have been cocktail waitresses at this place for years, so to retroactively be resized.
Well, they're trying to make it more like Boardwalk Empire.
Yes, a rebranding.
Which is a great show.
It's a good idea.
But they're trying to, it's a rebranding, so they say, look, we're just going to have, this is going to be our new image. image.
Younger.
And this is our new uniform, and if you don't look good in it, we're sorry, but you got to go.
Thank God it's not Trump's casino. Okay, so that's a good thing.
That's good.
You know, why even, forget the legal issue of it. Why, from a PR standpoint, would you want to do this?
Because they're selling sex.
I get it, but think about it. The quest for perfection, the customer is not perfection. This becomes a story. Megyn Kelly talks about it.
But is this a myth? Is this a myth though? Because what you want to go into the strip club and see overweight strippers?
Right, I get it. It's a private business, and I'm all for them being able to do what they want to do. But still, the backlash and the blowback from people saying these are people's grandmothers, these are people's
But they're
mothers,
selling
it's
a
wrong.
fantasy in these clubs.
Yeah, I mean, the process, did they have to do it in the absolute most degrading and humiliating way
Right, which
possible?
they did.
I mean, they're not math teachers, right? They're cocktail waitresses, and I think that their appearance is part of their job performance. I don't really object to that piece of it, but the way that it was done was really quite disgusting.
It was kind of sleazy.
Yeah.
Well, it's the resort's casino, and so the consumers can make up their own mind about whether they want to patronize that place. Now, on the other extreme, we've got Victoria's Secret, where it's no surprise you need to be thin if you want to be a Victoria's Secret model. But do you need to be this thin? Take a look at Candace Swainpool, who's becoming like the face of Victoria's Secret right now. She's the one in the middle, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she's the one in the middle. And this isn't even the skinniest photo of her. She has lost a bunch of weight. She used to look like your normal Victoria's Secret model, but now, and these are actually making her look beefier than the pictures that I have in front of me, where her legs don't come anywhere near to touching each other, her thighs. And there are real questions about what kind of pressure there is from this organization or in general in these models.
Well, some nutritionists who've looked at these photos have her current weight pegged at 5'9½", 108 pounds.
Oh, that's disturbing.
That's some pretty disturbing numbers. But if I'm Victoria's Secret right now, I don't think this is bad PR for them, because they are saying this is not what we want. We want more voluptuous look. And from a marketing perspective, you're right. They're getting so much play for this. They could pull the campaign she was going to be in, pocket the change.
They're not going to do that.
You know, there are actually some insiders who are saying that her contract is actually in jeopardy if she doesn't gain back some weight.
You know what?
It's very unusual to have a model
problem?
that's too thin.
She comes out and says, "Oh yes, well I'm struggling to gain weight, but I'm eating a ton. I'm eating tons of pasta and steak." Does anyone here believe that?
No, not at all.
I don't believe that for 1 minute.
If you look at these women in real life when they've been on Fox before, they're so skinny normally that to just go to this length, no matter what the pressure, it's shocking, because they're so skinny. They don't look that way. The camera adds
And
some
yet,
weight.
it's like the industry does nothing. I know it's modeling. I know it's Victoria's Secret. They need to be thin. But Victoria's Secret has been pretty good about things like Tyra Banks, you know, more voluptuous, beautiful, incredible models, but not the ones that are making, that look unhealthy and that project a really unhealthy image.
The thing that was really disturbing is when I was researching this story, I Googled it and I was looking at some of the returns, and some of them were saying, doesn't she look great? She looks so fit. Here's the diet she's on. And that's what the 10 million women in America who struggle with eating disorders, that's what they're seeing. This is their role model.
I
This
think
is
if
what
I'm
they're
her
aspiring
too,
to.
I wouldn't want this kind of PR. I
No,
don't
not
think this is
her.
good for her.
No, it's
I think
not.
other companies say, I don't know about her walking.
might
It is true. Some women cannot put on weight to save, you know, I mean, they just can't do it. And we get emails from people like that saying, you don't know what it's like. And sadly, you're right, I don't. But
I struggle with it every single day. Let me tell you.
Right, listen, I have one foolproof way of putting on weight, I can tell you that.